Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for week 28. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report. So we have plenty of things to go through. We have plenty of profits to have a look at. We have a crypto market, which is still whopping around, and at the same time we have some new high-end profits. We're going to show you all about it. We have some interesting parts where you can now also participate in being an expert trader, and we'll show you how later on in this video. So let's get started, and let's get started with yield notes. Yield notes came in, so for the first week of July here at 1.3% profit. Yes, it is still low, and yes, we are still very happy that we are in green. So very well done to the yield notes team. If we're going to have a look exactly where we are compared to the previous months, you will see here the little red dot where we have the white arrow marked also. We are looking at the same entry level, so for the first week here, similar to what we had in May and June, and then obviously we have to work our way out of that one. Let's see if the yield notes team can get us back up into 7-8%. It would obviously be great, but I think it depends a bit on what is happening in the crypto market in the coming weeks and months. Let's see our new SAP and Sapphire coin here. It's going quite well for this particular one. Last week we had 1 year with our investment, and we actually surpassed 500%. As you saw last week, 515%, great stuff. Return on the investment yearly normally for this particular part. So for the shared masternoding on IronHost MN was up at 64%, and now it's at 65.68, so about 1.6% in the past week. So it's doing quite well, and the overall coin development has obviously made sure that this is going even better. Overall coin development from last week to this week so is up 12%. So right now we are up 527%. Not bad for just 1 year of investment. And it looks like this. As you can see, the coin development has really taken a nice jump up, and obviously that is also why we are ending up all of a sudden at more than 500%. So well done to the yield notes team. PNY, we have seen some changes, and as you will see in the corner up here, so the return on the investment has dropped from last week where it was 158% down to 107%. But still we are getting good profits every single week. You can see last week we had 594% on the shared masternoding, and for this particular week we still made about 19-20%, so now past the 600% mark. Excellent stuff still going on, but obviously overall coin development is not so good. We were up a couple of 100% so some months back, and since then it was down to minus 50%, last week 24%, and now we're at minus 18%. So looking better and better. Obviously we're holding on to all of this because we think better times is ahead. Right now this is what it looks like. We can see there's a couple of humps along the way. We hit almost a new time low not too long ago, so and now we're a bit up. Obviously we want to be back up at the same level, and if we have 500 or 600% more coins now also, that will obviously help us a lot to make sure that we also get a nice big profit, so in the weeks and months to come here too. The last one is BUY or BuyRec, and also here we have seen a small shift in the return on the investment. Last week it was at 133% and now down to 117%. Shared masternoding is still pretty much okay. It's done from almost 29% up to 32%, so 3% in the past week. Still very good. Remember, this used to be almost at the same level as the SAP coin, so just about 60%. And then a couple of weeks back, it actually jumped up to more than 100, and now it seems like it's coming down slowly again. Overall coin development, not the positive way around at the moment, from 225 down to 204. And that is down to this lately. We just had a small dump again here, but we've seen quite a few of those in the recent weeks and months. So we believe that they will turn around again quickly and we will see even bigger profits. Just to understand for everybody what exactly we're talking about again. So Bitcoin is the leader within what is happening in the crypto market. And previously we have mentioned it was lying around the 2022 mark. We saw here, so since last week it went up to 22.5. So, and after that it has basically been downhill up until yesterday here. And that means that we will now see again over the 20,000 mark. And well, it's anybody's guess where this is currently going. But a whole week going downhill obviously was not good for most of our investments. Elevate Pass is also an investment that is into DeFi, and they are also obviously into crypto trading. They came back also with lower results than expected and hoped for, 0.5, and that can obviously be done even better. So if you combine it together with the commission plan they have in place, so 10% direct commission for anybody else that you bring in, and 1.8% matrix commission, so for anybody else in your team. So these are excellent percentages on top of what you're getting here. Just before we went into the studio, I had a talk also with the CEO, Raphael, on the lower percentage at the moment, and they are being very cautious in their trading. So they want to make sure that the sustainability of the platform and obviously the company itself is the most important part. And that's why they are very unsure of where the crypto market is going. So they are only using smaller lot sizes, and they are keeping part of that into the stablecoin system. So they don't want to risk too much at the moment. So as everybody has their opinion about everything going up, everything going down. So very sensible solution for now, until it's a bit more clear if the bear market is over and the bull run can start. Well, the bull run has started already with Solar Farm, and this is the version 1 part of it. As you remember, there is 2 versions. We are in both of them. And the TVL, so is the only one which seems to have gone down. We have seen in the last couple of days that that process has slowed. So we have gone from total value locked within that platform down to 124, and now it's at 80. And it looks like it's slowly but surely flattening out. 35% is still quite a lot, obviously, but we have seen a lot more in the recent weeks. Panel owned has really jumped. As you can see, we are 319% up. So basically from 75, and this is billions, into 314. So 319% overall. Panel value is also up. So despite what I've shown you here before with Bitcoin and how the development has been, so 1.22 up to 1.63 BNB. You have to remember also that we are also risk-free on this particular platform. We took our money out already last week. Daily rewards is also up, and obviously that a very important part on how the platform can develop. So from 0.17 up to 0.22, so a 33% gain. So we're quite happy with the development of this particular platform. And if we look at the BNB versus the USDT, it's basically a copy-paste of the Bitcoin scale, as you can see. It follows it very, very closely. And at the moment, one BNB is $230. Solar Farm 2 is version 2 here. So we have also seen some great progress on this one, even though it has been affected since the weekend and basically 5 days in a row. You saw it was going downhill, and that obviously also had an effect on this particular platform. The total value locked, so it looked like it was from 934 BNB and up to 1097. Well, the reality in between here is that we went past 1100, and then over the weekend there was quite a few that sold out. That's why the TVL came down. It came down to almost well below 1,000, almost to the same level it was the week before here. And it gave a shock to a lot of people because they said, we continue to compound, but at the end of the day, our value is not really going up. But that has a great effect. So if a lot of people are selling, the total value locked has a big influence on it. And also when the coin development is also negative, obviously it's a reinforcement. And even though you are getting 14 plus the 15%, it can be difficult at one point to basically sustain what you have. But your panels won't go away, and that's the important part. So the panels owned, as you can see, we had more than 10,000, and that has now gone up to past 33,000. So increase of 220%. So extremely happy with what we've seen here. Panel value is also up, despite what I just mentioned to you before. 16.8 from last week, and now up to 23.8. And if we just go 2 days back here, that panel value was still hovering around the 19 BNB. And now that the price has turned around, as I'll show you here, now you can see that all the benefits of continue to compounding, even though things are not going your way, certainly pays off. Exchange rate is the only one that is down here. So before, for 1 BNB, you could get 620 panels. Now you can get 1,400, so down by 126%. And it looks like this. So if we go over a period of time, so we go a bit further back. So, but the yellow vertical line that we have here is basically where we ended last week. And forward, you can see that the price is only dropping to a certain point. So, and Wednesday, it started to come back up again. And there's now a little jump. We put a little mark on it here. It's gone down from 700 back up to 800 where it's supposed to be. And now it's past the 1,000. God knows where it's going to go after this one here. Very exciting to see, but obviously it has a big impact on your panel value. What doesn't have an impact right now is AI marketing. So because everything that comes out of there is either zeros or no information at all. So that's why in the first 12, 13 days that we have now been running this particular platform, we can't really show you any profits. We can see that the robots are working. We can see that everything is still taken off the advertising budget, but we simply can't see our sales. So there was an issue with that a couple of months back with AI marketing. And clearly they haven't sorted it out. We are hoping that they are finding a permanent solution for this. But right now it is a very frustrating time to be part of AI marketing. Especially because also the meetings that we have with the leaders continue to be extended week on week. So we would obviously like to have some more communication. We don't have any, and that's also why obviously we don't recommend you going into AI marketing until all this is sorted, cleared. People can start getting their money out. People can start putting more money in if they want to expand on this. But this has now taken quite a long time, and we are really looking for some decent information and timelines of when all this will be back up and running. What is definitely back up and running is our EAs, the Profit Retriever, and you will find all the details and all the different robots on our webpage where you can go in, you can click it, it'll lead you straight to the FX Blue site. So the top runners here, again, this particular week is the gold, it's the silver, and it's the British pounds AUD. They have been doing quite well, so for weeks and months now. The US 30 index is still in a bit of a drawdown after we made some changes, and it'll continue just to be surveyed on demo. It's not going to go on real life, real money accounts yet at all. Then we had an issue with the New Zealand Swiss francs that we mentioned in last week's news report, so which has a bit also to do with the way it trades, and we got some information back from the EA factory on this particular EA setting. One of the settings that now, this is the third one that is actually breaking the 100% profit mark, is the British pounds AUD. In 108 days, we have basically doubled our trading account, so which is in itself quite astonishing. but this is now the third currency pair that is doing this in only 3 to 4 months, and obviously great news, very big stability on this particular EA. We simply love it. So to having a closer look at the New Zealand versus Swiss francs, we had a weekend where we started off on Sunday evening with a big jump in the price, and basically the robot didn't manage to close all the trades off until we're back in minus, and obviously that was a bit of a concern to us. So we've been working with EA Factory on this particular thing, what can be done about it and what exactly happened. So the email we got back, I have it here, I'll read it out for you. This sort of price drop can happen on demo as well as on real life accounts, though relatively rare. And we have to agree with that. Definitely this is not something we have seen very often. This was combined with trade closure issues with prolonged the time it took to close the trades, contributing to the price change in meanwhile. This makes this situation even more rare to happen, and obviously again we agree with this. We can see that it took more than 10 seconds to close all the trades, and that was basically enough to make things go the way they went. We are brainstorming this situation to add some sort of feature where the closeout would be held back when the trade close fails the first time. However, the details are yet to be worked out, and obviously they're working on it. We don't know exactly if they can solve it, but I will follow up on this particular one and let you know in one of the future news reports. So week 27, what did we do and where are the top 5 robots? You'll see a lot of the same currencies are coming again and again this particular week. We are a bit below the percentage that we have seen definitely from last week, where almost all of the 5 ones, 4 out of 5 was in double digits, so more than 10%. Profit Retriever, best profits was the gold one at $862 or 8.6%. British pounds AUD, very, very strong also at $666 or 6.6%. And then silver came in. Silver is normally the high jumper here. Came in at $604 or 6%. Then British pounds Japanese and Euro Japanese, both in the 500 mark, doing 6%. And then Euro Japanese at 5.1. Overall, the week was not too bad, $3,237 or 6.5%. for those 5 EAs. So good stable profits week after week. We simply love this one, and especially we love the stability of this particular robot that just seems to take over. So with a lot of ease. Expert Forex and Alex is back. He made a couple of videos so from his holiday home in Greece, and we are obviously following this. So at the moment, he wants traders now to come in to Expert Forex and the forum here, and we're going to have a closer look at it in this video. If you are interested in becoming a trader, or in this case, if you just want to know what it's more about, so if you want to go in and find your traders, so you can also do that. It's copy trading, so doing Forex, and obviously there's some limitations as to how and what you can do, and the traders has to show a certain stability also in their tradings along the way. The second part here that Alex put out is also, I just wanted to remind everybody on the successful trading techniques that he can provide, and this is basically down to something that also the Profit Retriever has here, that a lot of people are obsessed about the direction, which way it's going. For the Profit Retriever, for example, we don't really care, so it will trade both sides, so, and sometimes even better at selling, at buying, and vice versa. So it is not biased against anything here. And that's basically what Alex is trying to say in this video. So that is the second one that came out this particular week. And that's what we have for you in this week's news report. As you can see, we had plenty of profits, we had plenty of projects, and they are still moving, most of them in the right direction. Obviously, if you want to know about some of the projects that we have but are not in this particular news report, it's due to compliance reasons. And you can go in, have a look at our website, or you can send us an email, and we'll be happy to discuss some of these projects with you. So hope that you will have time over the weekend to look into some of these if you're not already in there. And I will see you in next week's news report, I hope. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.